Major recall to tell you about. Ford calling back nearly 900,000 pickup trucks after reports of fires.
Welcome back. We are watching shares of General Motors this morning. The stock is down in the pre-market after the company announced a massive recall.
Ram is recalling more than 300,000 pickup trucks in the U.S. because of a potential fire hazard.
America's favorite vehicle just hit a wall, and no one's warning you. Across the country, over 900,000 trucks sit unsold, bleeding $60 million a day in dealer losses. Ford, Chevy, and Ram kept shipping luxury trucks nobody can afford, and now owners are drowning in loans worth $20,000 more than their vehicles. This isn't a slowdown. It's the biggest pickup market crash in U.S. history. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you the exact models collapsing first and how to protect your wallet before prices crater again. The American dream on life support. America's love affair with pickup trucks just died in a parking lot somewhere in Texas. Not with fanfare, not with headlines, just quietly, slowly, like watching someone you love slip away. Right now, across dealer lots in America, there are over 900,000 unsold pickup trucks sitting idle. F-150s, Silverados, Rams, Tundras. Not for days or weeks. We're talking an average of 163 days without a single serious buyer. That's nearly 6 months of America's favorite vehicle gathering dust like a forgotten promise. The total value? $2.8 billion in trucks that dealers bought, financed, and can't sell. Every morning, dealers wake up to interest charges bleeding $47 to $93 per truck per day. Do the maths. 900,000 trucks, $70 average daily interest. That's $63 million vanishing from dealer bank accounts every single day. Meet Robert, a third-generation Ford dealer in Oklahoma who thought pickup trucks were bulletproof. His grandfather sold F-Series trucks through the oil crisis. His father sold them through 2008. Last Tuesday, Robert told me something that made my hands shake. I've got 412 trucks on my lot. My monthly floor plan interest is $87,000. I haven't sold more than 6 trucks weekly since February. Robert's nightmare isn't unique. It's epidemic. Because hidden beneath these rows of gleaming chrome is a truth that will destroy millions of truck owners who financed their slice of the American dream at the worst possible moment. The numbers that don't lie. The pickup truck market isn't just cooling. It's freezing solid like a Michigan lake in January. Industry insiders are calling it the Great Truck Reckoning, and the statistics are catastrophic. 900,000 unsold trucks represents more inventory than Toyota, Honda, and Nissan's entire annual truck production combined. These aren't base model work trucks. These are $65,000 Lariat F-150s, $72,000 Silverado High Country Editions, $89,000 Ram Limited Longhorns with every bell and whistle the factory could bolt on. The average transaction price for a new pickup truck hit an all-time high of $61,700 in late 2023. Then something broke. Customers who would have signed anything to get a new truck suddenly stopped coming. Not slowed down, stopped. A Chevy dealer in Tennessee told me yesterday, "I've got 73 Silverados on my lot. My daily floor plan interest is $6,200. That's $186,000 monthly just to store trucks. I offered a customer $15,000 off MSRP, 0% financing for 72 months, and he walked away." Dealers are offering incentives that guarantee losses on every transaction. We're seeing $18,000 off MSRP on trucks with only $4,000 in dealer markup. Add the floor plan interest already paid, and dealers lose $6,000 to $8,000 per truck just to make them disappear. And customers still walk away. The luxury truck trap. The pickup truck market didn't collapse by accident. It was sabotaged from the inside by the very companies that built it. 10 years ago, a base model F-150 cost $28,000, a working truck for working people. Today, that same base model costs $46,000, if you can even find one, because manufacturers made a calculated decision that destroyed the truck market. They stopped making affordable trucks and bet everything on luxury vehicles most Americans can't afford. Walk onto any Ford, Chevy, or Ram dealer lot today and try to find a basic work truck. You won't. You'll find leather-wrapped steering wheels, heated seats, panoramic sunroofs, 22-inch wheels, and price tags that make your eyes water. A fully loaded F-150 Limited costs $83,000. That's more than median household income in 17 states. An industry analyst who requested anonymity told me manufacturers looked at profit margins and made a choice. Sell 10 trucks at $4,000 profit each, or 3 trucks at $15,000 profit each. The maths seemed to work, except they forgot customers have limits. The strategy worked for 3 years during the pandemic. Trucks sold over MSRP. Waiting lists stretched for months. Manufacturers convinced themselves this was the new normal. They were catastrophically wrong. While manufacturers turned trucks into luxury vehicles, they abandoned the contractor who hauls tools, the farmer who moves equipment, the small business owner making deliveries. These people need $35,000 trucks. Manufacturers don't make those anymore. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Most people will hear about this market crash after they lose thousands. You'll hear about it before it happens, right here. The dealer rebellion that changed nothing. In November 2023, something unprecedented happened in the automotive industry, and almost nobody noticed. 247 Ford dealers signed a letter directly to CEO Jim Farley begging him to stop shipping expensive trucks they couldn't sell. The letter was desperate. Our lots are full. Customers can't afford current prices. Floor plan interest is destroying our profitability. Please stop production until inventory normalizes. Ford's response? They shipped even more trucks. By February, a second letter signed by over 400 dealers landed on Farley's desk. This one was furious. You're bankrupting your own dealer network. We're partners, not warehouses. Stop production immediately or we'll refuse delivery. Ford sent a memo reminding dealers that refusing factory orders violated franchise agreements and could result in losing their dealerships. The threat was clear. Take the trucks or lose your business. A Ford dealer in Illinois who signed both letters told me, "They forced us to take delivery of trucks we couldn't sell. My floor plan credit maxed out. I'm sitting on 368 trucks, paying $13,000 daily in interest." Ford keeps shipping more. The dealer rebellion wasn't limited to Ford. Chevrolet dealers sent similar letters. Ram dealers begged Stellantis to slow production. Every manufacturer received the same message. Stop sending trucks we can't sell. Every manufacturer ignored it because they built massive factory capacity during boom years. Shutting down means layoffs and earnings disasters. So they kept building, kept shipping, and kept pretending the problem would fix itself. The equity massacre. Jennifer from North Carolina bought her dream truck in June 2023. A Ram 1500 Limited with every option. She paid $79,000, put $10,000 down, financed $69,000 at 5.9% for 72 months. Monthly payment, $1,143. Last month, Jennifer's company relocated. She needed to sell quickly. She drove to 3 dealerships expecting fair trade-in offers. The first dealer offered $41,000. The second offered $39,000. The third asked if she had $10,000 to make up the difference. Jennifer still owes $64,000 on her loan. Her truck is worth maybe $42,000 today. That's $22,000 in negative equity that appeared in less than 2 years. She's trapped in a loan for a depreciating asset worth 34% less than she paid. Jennifer called me yesterday, voice shaking. I feel financially murdered. I did everything right. Good credit, big down payment, reasonable interest rate, and somehow I'm buried $22,000 underwater on a barely driven truck. Jennifer isn't alone. She's one of millions who bought at peak prices and are now financially destroyed. Current data shows new pickup trucks losing 28% of value in the first 18 months. Used trucks from 2021 to 2023 are down 35%. Some luxury trims have lost 43%. But here's the sinister part. Manufacturers knew this was coming, and they sold trucks anyway. The China card nobody saw coming. While American manufacturers priced trucks into luxury territory, they missed the threat about to destroy their entire business model. Chinese automakers are coming for the pickup truck market, and they're bringing weapons Ford, GM, and Ram can't compete with. Quality trucks at prices working Americans can actually afford. BYD, the Chinese electric vehicle giant, just announced plans to build a manufacturing plant in Mexico. Their target? The American pickup truck market. Expected price for their first full-size electric truck, $32,000. Let that sink in. A brand new electric pickup with comparable range, towing capacity, and features to American brands for literally half the price of an F-150 Lightning. An automotive consultant who tracks Chinese manufacturers told me Chinese automakers watched American brands abandon the affordable truck market. They saw the gap, and they're driving a freight train through it. BYD's Mexican plant will produce 250,000 trucks annually, all aimed at American buyers who got priced out. But it gets worse. Chinese manufacturers aren't just building cheap trucks. They're building better trucks. BYD's manufacturing quality rivals Toyota. Their battery technology exceeds Tesla. Their warranty coverage is twice as long as American brands. The moment BYD trucks hit American dealers at $32,000, the pickup market gets completely redefined. The Cybertruck effect? Love it or hate it, Tesla's Cybertruck just rewrote the rules of what a pickup truck can be, and traditional manufacturers have no idea how to respond. The Cybertruck's angular stainless steel design isn't just controversial, it's a referendum on traditional truck styling that remained unchanged for decades, and younger buyers are voting with their wallets. Tesla has over 2 million Cybertruck reservations. 2 million people willing to gamble on a radical redesign of America's favorite vehicle. An automotive design consultant told me the Cybertruck reservation list proves millions of buyers were desperate for something different. Traditional trucks all look the same grille designs, same proportions, same styling cues from 1995. Tesla offered something genuinely new, and the market responded. But the Cybertruck's real impact isn't design. It's capability at competitive pricing. Base model starts at $60,000. That's less than a comparable F-150 Lightning or Silverado EV. But it offers more range, faster acceleration, and features traditional manufacturers don't have. Tesla's direct sales model eliminates dealer markup. No market adjustments or additional dealer markup stickers. The price online is the price you pay. This transparency is forcing traditional manufacturers to reconsider their entire dealer franchise system. The Cybertruck's manufacturing innovation is even more threatening. Tesla's gigacasting process reduces an F-150's 70-plus stamped body panels to just 4 cast pieces. This slashes manufacturing costs, speeds production, and improves quality. Traditional manufacturers can't replicate this without bulldozing factories and starting over. The masculinity tax. For 70 years, pickup trucks weren't just vehicles. They were identity statements that proved you were a real American, a hard worker, a provider. But something shifted in the culture, and suddenly owning a $70,000 luxury truck when you work an office job became a punchline. Social media has turned against truck owners who don't actually use their trucks. The term pavement princess describes trucks that never see dirt, never tow anything, never haul materials, trucks bought purely for image, and the mockery is brutal. TikTok videos showing pristine trucks with unblemished beds generate millions of views and thousands of comments roasting owners. Twitter threads document mall crawlers, lifted trucks that never leave asphalt. Reddit communities shame truck owners who paid $70,000 for vehicles they don't need and can't afford. A social psychologist researching automotive identity told me, trucks used to signal competence and capability. Now, unless you're visibly using your truck for work, it signals financial irresponsibility and fragile masculinity. The cultural meaning shifted, and truck manufacturers never saw it coming. The masculinity tax is real and measurable. Single men report higher insurance rates, more parking harassment, and social stigma for driving large trucks in urban areas. Dating profiles now include swipe left if you drive a giant truck disclaimers. A 29-year-old truck owner in Portland told me, I bought an F-150 because I thought it made me look successful. Instead, I get dirty looks in parking lots, complaints from neighbors, and dates that go nowhere. The truck cost me $68,000 and made my life worse. The finance companies revolt. While dealers struggle with unsold inventory and manufacturers scramble to respond to Chinese competition, the banks that finance it all just pulled the plug. Ally Financial, one of America's largest auto lenders, announced in March 2024 they're reducing pickup truck financing by 60%. Wells Fargo cut truck lending by 42%. Capital One stopped approving loans for trucks over $70,000 entirely. The credit freeze isn't about customer creditworthiness. It's about collateral values collapsing faster than customers can pay down loans. A credit executive at a major lender told me, we'd approve a $70,000 truck loan to a prime customer. 6 months later, that customer gets laid off and stops making payments. We repo the truck and send it to auction. It sells for $43,000. We lose $27,000 after collection costs and legal fees. Multiply that by thousands of repos, and truck lending becomes a guaranteed loss generator. Banks are responding by tightening approval criteria to levels that make getting a truck loan nearly impossible. A finance manager at a major dealership walked me through yesterday's typical approval scenario. Customer comes in, 740 credit score, $90,000 annual income, $5,000 down, wants to buy a $60,000 Silverado. 2 years ago, instant approval at 3.9%. Today, declined by 4 lenders. Finally approved by a subprime lender at 13.9%. Customer walks because the payment's too high. The approval rate for pickup truck financing has collapsed from 84% pre-pandemic to 57% today. The dealer die-off. Welcome to the extinction event nobody predicted, the mass bankruptcy of America's pickup truck dealerships. In the last 6 months, 347 automotive dealerships across America have closed permanently. That's almost 2 dealers per day going out of business, and the closures aren't limited to small rural operations. Major metropolitan franchises with decades of history are shutting down because pickup truck inventory is killing them financially. A dealer association executive told me, "We're tracking over 800 dealerships currently in financial distress. These aren't dealers who might struggle. These are dealers actively negotiating with creditors, selling property, and preparing bankruptcy filings. The floor plan interest on unsold trucks is bleeding them faster than they can adapt. The maths is brutal and inescapable. A mid-sized Ford dealer with 300 trucks pays approximately $21,000 daily in floor plan interest. That's $630,000 monthly just to store trucks. To break even, that dealer needs to sell 63 trucks monthly at $10,000 profit each, but they're selling maybe 18 trucks monthly at $5,000 profit. A former Chevrolet dealer in Iowa who closed in March told me, "I ran a profitable dealership for 27 years. Survived 2008. Survived the pandemic. The truck inventory crisis killed me in 11 months. I couldn't refuse factory shipments without losing my franchise. I couldn't sell what I had. The floor plan interest accumulated until my credit line maxed out. The bank foreclosed." The dealer closures are creating automotive deserts, entire regions without truck sales or service capability. The insurance apocalypse. If you own a pickup truck, your insurance company is about to financially destroy you, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Auto insurance rates for pickup trucks have increased an average of 43% in the last 2 years. But that's just the average. In some states, truck insurance has doubled. Texas truck owners are seeing rate increases of 97%. Florida drivers are getting hit with 114% hikes. An insurance industry analyst told me pickup trucks are involved in more severe accidents, cause more damage to other vehicles, and result in higher injury claims than sedans or SUVs. Insurance companies are finally pricing that risk accurately, and truck owners are shocked by the real cost. But there's another factor. Insurance companies won't publicly discuss. They're pricing in future value collapse. When an insured truck gets totaled, insurance pays actual cash value. But with truck values falling 35% in 2 years, insurance companies are taking massive losses on total loss claims. A claims adjuster told me the secret policy. Our company implemented new truck coverage guidelines. We assume a 20% annual value decline for the next 3 years when calculating premiums. We're making customers pay today for losses we expect tomorrow. High-performance trucks like the Ram TRX and Ford Raptor R are being rejected by mainstream insurers entirely. The factory shutdown cascade. Ford's Kentucky truck plant employed 3,800 workers, making Super Duty trucks 24 hours per day. On September 14, 2024, Ford announced temporary closure of 1 production shift, 1,200 workers sent home. 2 weeks later, Ford announced the second shift would close temporarily. Another 1,400 workers furloughed. On October 1st, Ford announced the temporary closure was now indefinite. The entire plant shut down. 3,800 workers unemployed, families destroyed, a local economy collapsed. An UAW representative told me, Ford called it temporary, but they're removing equipment and reassigning managers. This plant isn't reopening. They destroyed 3,800 careers with a press release. But Kentucky isn't alone. GM shut down its Flint truck assembly, affecting 2,800 workers. Ram's Warren plant reduced capacity by 64%, cutting 2,300 jobs. Toyota's San Antonio truck plant cut shifts, eliminating 1,600 positions. The factory shutdowns are creating automotive ghost towns across America. These plants weren't just jobs. They were entire ecosystems supporting schools, restaurants, shops, and services. When factories close, communities die. The supplier network is collapsing even faster than assembly plants. A seat manufacturer in Tennessee laid off 83% of their workforce after their biggest customer cut orders by 70%. The political firestorm. The pickup truck crisis just became the most explosive political issue nobody saw coming, and it's about to determine the next election cycle. Trump's campaign is hammering the truck collapse as proof of failed policies. Biden's team is blaming corporate greed. Meanwhile, millions of truck owners are discovering they're financially destroyed, and they're looking for someone to blame. A political consultant specializing in automotive issues told me, pickup trucks aren't just vehicles. They're identity markers for working-class voters who decide elections in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio. When these voters lose $20,000 in truck equity, they don't blame themselves or the market. They blame whoever's in power. This crisis will swing the next election. Congressional hearings are already starting. The Senate Banking Committee announced investigations into auto lending practices. The House Energy and Commerce Committee is examining manufacturer pricing strategies. State attorneys general from 17 states are coordinating investigations into dealer finance manipulation. A congressional staffer told me what they're finding. We have evidence that manufacturers knowingly flooded dealers with overpriced inventory, while internal documents showed the market was collapsing. We have testimony from dealers threatened with franchise termination if they refuse deliveries. We have data showing lenders approved loans on vehicles they knew would be underwater immediately. This isn't market forces. This is systemic fraud. The political blame game is reaching fever pitch. Republicans blame environmental regulations. Democrats blame corporate greed. Independents blame everyone. And truck owners just want someone to fix the mess. The cultural reckoning. For 75 years, owning a pickup truck represented the American dream. Independence, capability, freedom to go anywhere and do anything. That dream just died in a dealer lot somewhere in Ohio, buried under 6 months of floor plan interest and negative equity. And what replaces it will look nothing like what came before. The pickup truck was never just transportation. It was identity. Owning a truck meant you were a builder, a worker, someone who did things with their hands. It meant you were self-reliant, capable, authentically American. But somewhere along the way, manufacturers corrupted that identity. They turned trucks from tools into luxury status symbols. They priced out the workers who actually needed trucks and marketed to suburban office workers who wanted to cosplay as cowboys on weekends. A cultural critic who studies automotive identity told me manufacturers killed truck culture by making it exclusive rather than inclusive. When a basic work truck costs $60,000, it stops being a tool and becomes a luxury item. And luxury items don't represent working class identity. They represent aspiration to escape that class. The younger generation isn't mourning truck culture's death. They're celebrating it. On social media is filled with mockery of truck guys who can't afford payments, criticism of vehicles that damage roads and environment, and rejection of the masculine identity trucks represented. A social researcher studying Gen Z automotive preferences told me, young people see trucks as wasteful, unnecessary, and associated with political and cultural values they reject. They're not waiting to afford trucks. They actively don't want them. The generational shift away from truck culture is permanent and accelerating. The unexpected winners. While Ford, GM, and Ram drown in unsold inventory, a few companies are quietly winning the truck crisis, and their success reveals the future of automotive retail. Toyota's truck sales are down only 4% year over year, while American brands are down 30 to 40%. Why? Toyota never abandoned affordable trucks. While American manufacturers were luxuryifying their products, Toyota kept building basic Tacomas and Tundras that working people could actually afford. A Toyota dealer in Colorado told me, "I've got 42 trucks on my lot. American brands have 300 plus. My trucks turn in 45 days. Theirs sit for 6 months. We never chased luxury profits. And now we're the only manufacturer still moving inventory consistently." But the biggest unexpected winner is the used truck market, specifically trucks from 2010 to 2015. These older trucks lack modern luxury features and connectivity, but they're mechanically solid, affordable, and repairable. Demand for older trucks has increased 43% as buyers reject overpriced new models. The right to repair movement is benefiting from the truck crisis. As new trucks become unaffordable and used trucks age, owners are learning to maintain and repair vehicles themselves rather than paying dealer service rates. YouTube channels teaching truck repair have exploded in popularity. The reckoning. This is it. The moment when the $2.8 billion pickup truck crisis stops being industry news and becomes your personal financial problem. If you own a truck purchased in the last 3 years, you're likely underwater by $15,000 to $30,000. If you're thinking about buying a truck, you're stepping into a market where values are collapsing faster than you can pay down the principal. If you work in automotive retail, manufacturing, or supply chain, your job is less secure than you think. This crisis touches everyone, and the worst is still ahead. Vehicle values will continue declining as 900,000 unsold trucks eventually flood the market at desperate prices. When dealers finally capitulate and accept catastrophic losses, those sold trucks will reset market values even lower. Your truck is worth less today than yesterday, and it'll be worth less tomorrow than today. But here's what nobody wants to say out loud. This crisis is permanent. This isn't a dip or correction that recovers in 18 months. This is fundamental market restructuring. The pickup truck market that existed from 2015 to 2023 is gone forever. The $2.8 billion inventory crisis isn't the disease, it's the symptom. The real disease is corporate greed that prioritized quarterly earnings over long-term customer relationships. Manufacturer arrogance that assumed demand was infinite and inelastic. If this breakdown saved you from losing money, hit subscribe, because every day we uncover where prices are really moving next. In the next video, we'll show you the 5 used trucks gaining value while everything else collapses. Drop your take in the comments. Would you sell your truck now or ride out the crash and wait for recovery?